In this video guide, we're going to see how we can create beams and also pillars using a particular section or a particular profile that we can then extrude on this part. Now, there are different ways we can do this, but in this video, we're going to just explore one single technique, which is based on the extractions of segments from the original 3D object. So just to show you everything from the beginning, I'm going to open up this scene from the start and I'm gonna show you how I got here. So the first thing you want to do if you want to use profiles that are like preset profiles for the beams and pillars, you can go to Edit, Preferences, and here you will go to Add-ons, search for Extra, and activate the Curve Extra Objects. This is where we will find the extra profiles that we will need. Okay, about the path that for the extrusion that we're gonna do. Now you can create your own path. You can draw it using the various curves, and we already did this in other video guides. So check the other video guides that you find in this playlist, and also check the Blender video course or the Blender 3D architecture video course if you're more interested in general in Blender or into more specific like architecture or other topics. So you can also search for topics in the search bar. So we don't need the path because we're gonna extract the curve, extract the path from the 3D object that we already have in this project right here. You probably have your own project. If you don't, I'm gonna show you something really simple that you can create. So we don't need a path, but we do need a profile. So let's first create the path and then we come back for the profile. So to create a path, we need to choose what we want to create. Let's say that I want to create a gutter or like a baseboard or something that is gonna like be attached to another element into the scene. So this is again good for refinements and to add details to your project. So I'm gonna isolate this. And to do this, you can go to Object, and if you go to Show and Hide, you can isolate by using the Shift H. So if you can isolate by typing Shift H on your keyboard or just go to Object and Hide. Everything else except the roof, because we're gonna work with the roof. We're gonna insert the beams under the roof, and also we will see how we can create pillars. So first thing we want to do here is understand how many beams we want. So in this case, we only have one separation line, one segment here in the middle. So it's only going to create 3 beams when I'm going to extrude those. So what I want to do is go into edit mode, and with the loop cut, I want to create more segments. I want to create more subdivisions so that I can turn this into beams. Now you can do it like this, or you can do it in other ways. This is just the quickest way that I think that I'm thinking of right now. So once I have all these segments, I can go back here to the segment selection, go to the move, and I only want the bottom part of this. So I'm gonna hold the shift key and select all these bottom segments. There you go. And now we will extract those. Now you can also use one if you want, but this is like another way I want to show you. So we're gonna create like more than one extrusion at a time. We're gonna create all these extrusions in one time. So I will extract this by going into right click with my mouse and go all the way down and to the separate selection. So this is gonna separate now the two. Now let's find here where they are. So you can see that this is the original roof and this is the separated element. So let's call these paths. Okay. So because they are more than one, but even though they are more than one, they are all in one object. So don't worry if they are separated. Now let's go here and go back to object mode so we can actually see them. So you can see this is the roof and these are the paths. Now make sure you are selecting the paths, and let's right click and convert into curves, because this is right now a mesh. Even though those are just lines, they are detected as meshes. So we need to turn them into curves. Okay, now that we convert this into curve, we can see it right here. We can go down here to the object data properties, and this is where we will start with the first simple extrusion or sweep. So we need to go in geometry. We need to go here. You can also use extrude, but this is not like a 3D thing. Well, you can use this and then to convert this into 3D again and then extrude those. So it's another way that I'm not going to show you. So I just want to show you here that if you go in the bevel and start with the round, it's going to create tubular beams. So let's also fill the caps. There you go. Now let's say that well, this is the most simple, the simplest sweep that you can do, and you can also click this and place it down like that. Now, if you want to continue this, you can go in edit mode. You can take, for example, this point, and well, you can also move it. So you are moving the entire sweep, or you can extrude it. And in general, it's gonna extrude this in the z-axis. But be careful that it doesn't become too narrow in there. Otherwise, you need to fix it with the well, with the polygonal modeling. So let's try to right-click here and set the spline time into poly, and let's see if this is fixing it. No. So let's try to set the handle type to automatic. Yeah, there is an issue here, probably in Blender in general, that it's kind of, you know, narrowing that corner. So let's see here. Let's try with free, but I tried several things, but I cannot like fix this unless I go into editable poly. So I need to right click, convert it into mesh again, and then I can take those points in there, and I can like scale that a little bit and make it like bigger. So it's a way you can fix it, but probably find some other way so that everything like it's the same width. Okay, now let's go back. I want to go back and show you how you can create a custom profile with this. So the other way is go here to profile, and you can create your own. So it can become anything here if you work on this diagram, or you can create your own profile. If you go here to object, we can pick it with a picker, but we need to create it first. So to create it, let me go back here and create a profile. So I will go to object mode, and then let's go to the add curve. And if you activated the extra objects as we suggested at the beginning, you should find here somewhere in the extra objects curve profiles. Here you have arcs and other stuff. What we want is profile. Okay, now you can see created the first profile, which is H shape profile. You can also change this to a T shape, and these are all like the most important shapes in terms of beams and columns in architecture. So let's say that I want to create this double T, which is kind of turned around. So I will probably need to fix it. So let's apply this to the, and by the way, you can change here this shape a little bit by using these variables, which basically will change the width and of the various elements. Okay, now when you're ready, let's exit with object mode, and let's select again the paths. And now in the object, in the bevel, you select the object, click on the picker, click on the profile, and there you go. Now you can see that this is too big and also not well oriented. So we need to work with this profile. Now, just as you can change the path, and again, we can do it also right here. I can take this and I can move it around. I can extrude it. You have also other options here, but you can extrude it. You can see it down like that, or you can just extrude it on the X or on the epsilon if you press epsilon, or X or Z. You can see you can, well, be careful how you move it. It should be always like going into a precise direction. And you can see it's creating these things here. And again, I didn't find anything to fix this, but perhaps you can give some suggestions. Now, Let's also adjust the profile. So let's go back to object mode. Let's go back to the profile. Let's go back to edit mode. Select all the vertices, and now let's rotate. I'm gonna rotate around the X, sorry, around the Z, and hold Control while I'm rotating so that it's precisely to 90°. There we go. And then we can move it. So if you move the vertices, you're not moving the origin, the pivot. So the pivot is that orange thing right there. So that determines the insertion point. So you can adjust it precisely, but I'm just gonna go here, you know, well, with some approximation. Okay, now we just need to scale it. So I'm gonna scale it down and make it smaller. Not too small, but not too big, because this is, you can also scale it in the other direction, of course, like this. You can also move some parts of this shape like that. So it becomes like a little bit longer. You can also work on the origin. If we go back to object mode and go here, options, origins, you can move the origins in a better position. You can also use the snap to make a snap in this position precisely. Okay, and then of course you need to also go back here and uh, place sorry, let's deactivate the origins, and let's place this, you can see, in the original position. So everything is perfectly snapping right now. So you can see it's a pretty interesting and fast technique that we can use to create beams and pillars. And of course, I can create any type of curve here, where I can extract any type of segment and continue and create the other parts that I need. So this will be all for this video guide. If you find it interesting, please subscribe to the channel to stay updated with other video guides in Blender, and also courses and other videos about other 3D software. If you want to thank us, please join the channel as a supporter. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.